Rimuru's Journey for His Beloved Arifureta from Commonplace to World's Strongest by Sakura-Arashi. Information King, the Akashic Records. 10 days had passed since Hajime started training them. The Howlia tribe that used to be weak, are now the complete opposite of what they used to be. With the hellish training Hajime gave them, not only did they physically improve but their mentality as well. Now they wouldn't even bat an eye when killing, unlike before when killing a single monster would result in a gigantic drama. Shay has also improved by a lot. During the course of 10 days, you personally trained Shay, causing her improvements to skyrocket. Currently, right now they're having a duel that would determine how Rimuru and company will start traveling again, if they're going to get a new member or not. Take this, Shay shouted. A tree with a diameter of 1 meter flew straight towards you, thrown by Shay with impressive strength. Scarlet Spear. A spear of flame appeared, burning anything that it touches. Objects with a huge mass would turn to ash against Yu's Scarlet Spear. The shockwave created by the collision of Shay's log and Yu's Scarlet Spear dispersed the fog, and on the other side of the fog, a running silhouette could be seen. Suddenly, like a meteor, a log coming from the sky pierced the ground with the sound of thunder. Backstepping, Yu managed to escape Shay's attack and countered, releasing more of her Scarlet Spears. Yu didn't expect Shay to move so fast. Shay was already gone before her Scarlet Spears could hit. Shay threw a giant log at Yu, using the fog from Yu's Scarlet Spear to hide the fact that it's a log as a distraction. Yu fell for it and attacked it. Shay moved quickly and attacked Yu from behind, hitting her with a punch. Shay's strength is pretty abnormal, so her punch launched Yu through a few trees. He, I won, Shay declared. Tisk, I actually lost, Yu pouted. Seeing the battle over, Rimuru approached them with a clap. I'm impressed with how much you've grown, Shay, Rimuru said. Shay smiled widely and replied. I'll have to thank Usen for that. I'm definitely ready to join you guys. Shay replied. Rimuru let out a laugh and said. That's great. I'll be looking forward to our adventures together. And you, great job teaching her, but it seems like she's gonna leave you behind soon. I won't let that happen, she just got lucky. Yu replied. Yu, let's go to Hajime. Shay excitedly said. Yu, knowing she lost, had to give in. She can't refuse to fulfill her promise in front of Rimuru, as she sees Rimuru as her idol from when she was young. When Yu, Rimuru and Shia arrived at the place Hajime was at, Hajime had his eyes closed, and arms crossed while leaning on the nearby tree. Sensing their presence, Hajime slowly opened his eyes and turned to them. While dubiously looking at the two with completely opposite moods, he raised one hand and called out to them. He only detected Shay and Yu's presence. It was impossible for him to detect Rimuru no matter how much he tried due to Seal passively hiding his presence. As usual, I didn't even detect your presence. But I did have a feeling you were with them, Hajime said, talking to Rimuru. Hey, I'm not even trying to hide it. I just removed my aura, that's all, Rimuru replied. Hajime didn't reply and instead turned his attention to Yu and Shay and asked. Did the match end already? Seeing Yu's bitter expression and Shay's excitement, he could tell Yu must have lost somehow, which surprised him a lot. I won. I could definitely defeat you 5 out of 10 times. Shay said. Seeing Yu wasn't saying anything showed Shay probably wasn't overestimating herself. Yu being defeated 5 out of 10 times is very abnormal. As far as Hajime knows, Yu's strength is second only to himself and his brother. Anyone else no one could match Yu, so hearing 5 out of 10 times is a giant shock to him. He hasn't even given Shay her weapon he specially made for her. How? Was all Hajime could ask. Her magic aptitude is steady like Hajime's. She's a monster in body strengthening, Yu answered. How is she compared to us? Hajime asked. Compared to normal Hajime, she's stronger. But if Hajime uses body strengthening, Hajime's stronger. Hajime was very shocked. Shay had already surpassed Hajime's expectations when he saw she defeated Yu. But for her to be stronger than him in his normal state shows how strong she actually is. Her strength would have been around 11 to 12,000 with magic enhanced. Hajime's strength level without magic is about 10,000, but that kind of level is already monstrous. He could single-handedly defeat all his classmates with just his hands. Aside from Rimuru, he doesn't know anyone stronger. Seeing Hajime's half-amazed gaze, she cheerfully stood up, then walked up to Hajime with a serious expression while desperately controlling her hurried mind. Straightening her posture, her gray hair with a blue hue was fluttering and her rabbit ear stood up straight. She spoke. Hajime, please take me with you. Hajime was surprised with her request, but he thought very carefully about it. Shay's strength is monstrous after all. But after thinking again he answered. I refuse. Why? I know I won't pull you guys down, so why? Shay asked in surprise and shock. Hajime looked at you for a second then answered. Think about it, are you really gonna leave Cam and the others? Then there's you, I don't think she'll allow you. That's okay. I've already talked it through with father, she said it's okay and they'll be fine. Also you, tell him. Shay replied bashfully. Hajime shifted his eyes to you, hearing Shay. He realized something. It's okay Hajime. We can bring her along, she's strong, and I can see you're at least a little interested in her. You replied whispering the last sentence to Hajime. First of all, I don't know what you're talking about. Second, is this about the bet you made? He asked. Unfortunately, but this time I'm really okay with it. You had bonded with Shay throughout the 10 days and had actually gotten very close to each other. That's why before this, you had made up her mind to share Hajin. Hearing her response, the last person to ask was his brother, Rimuru. What about you brother? Honestly, I don't mind. Rimuru answered with a sly smile. Hajime gave a sigh and finally gave up, letting Shay tag along. Great. Welcome aboard Shay. After that, the three of them rested for a few hours, while Rimuru went inside his imaginary space where he was sat down. Looking at a screen floating above. It showed Shizuku, she was training hard with Kaori. Sweats were coming off of their body due to their intense training. Suddenly, Kuki interrupted them. Hey, you guys need to rest, don't overtrain yourselves, just train later. Want me to help you get better later? Kuki said, not hiding his affection towards Kaori. We're fine, you can go now. Kaori answered, not even looking at him. Kaori, seriously, if you're trying to get stronger in hopes of finding Hajime. Just give up already, even Rimuru hasn't returned. They must be Dia. Before he could finish, a knife flew by his face nearly hitting him. The knife was thrown by Shizuku after having heard enough of Kuki's bullshit. Rimuru's much stronger than anyone here could ever know. Don't you dare try to convince me Noas that they're not coming back. Shizuku sincerely said, her voice not hiding her annoyance or anger on Kuki. Shizuku, stop trying to bring Kaori down with you. It's because of you that she thinks Hajime is still alive, it'll be on you when Kaori finally realizes they're dead and falls apart. Kuki replied, as usual acting like the biggest idiot there is. Rimuru, who was still watching, couldn't help but marvel at Kuki's inability to understand people along with his ignorance and persistence. At the same time, Rimuru was touched by Shizuku not losing hope. He truly cared for her, but he couldn't contact her yet. It'll be very complicated and hard to explain his skill to communicate with each other through long distances directly inside the mind. Maybe it's because she reminds me of Shizu, but I can't help but want to be there for her to protect her or otherwise just be by her side. But right now, I still have my goals of finding Shizu, Rimuru thought. Their interactions ended by Shizuku slapping Kuki because of his inability to shut up. Kaori and Shizuku left Kuki, their views on him dropping. Just as Rimuru was thinking about Shizu, he decided to thoroughly check Shizuku's soul for a piece of Shizu's soul. But like last time, not a single small piece of Shizu's soul was inside her. Suddenly Rimuru remembered something. He used to have the ability to repair or revive someone's soul. But for some reason he had lost it. You see, souls are basically where our information is stored. Think of it like all of a computer's memory data and information. Even if your computer's fine, but your motherboard or where all your memory data and information is stored gets destroyed or broken. Then even if all other parts of the computer is fine, it's just an empty shell. Even if you replace it with a new piece, it will never be the same. The information memory or data it once had is now all but gone. Unless of course you had a backup copy of it. It's the same concept with souls. Our souls holds all our memory, emotions, attitude and all our other characteristics. They store all the information that makes us, well, us. If our soul gets destroyed, then our body will be nothing but an empty shell, even if another soul occupies the body. It wouldn't be the same person as the previous, it'll be a new entire person inside with different emotions and characteristics. If someone's soul is broken, then though this person is still alive and the same, you'll start to notice they're acting weird. shifts in their personality or maybe even having a second person take over, when a soul is damaged. Given the right circumstances and the quality of a soul's damage, a soul can heal all by itself. As long as the person fixes the problem that caused their souls to crack in the first place. When Xian and the others died, Rimuru was able to revive them because their souls was never damaged. If they were, at his current strength back then, he would have never been able to revive them. After Rimuru absorbed Yuki, Velda and Ivaraj, he acquired the skill, Information King, Akashic Records. This not only gave him the ability to use any skills there is to ever exist. It also gave him the backup copy of everyone's information. Meaning even if someone's soul were to be destroyed, he could easily revive them since he had all their information. The Akashic skill records everything in the whole existence in this universe, from the movement of an atom to a destruction of a reality or a timeline. It records all of it. Usually no one would be able to manage through all that information. But with Seal, it's easy to find or figure out anything. Think of the Akashic record as the backup hard drive of a computer. Even if the original is destroyed, you'll be fine since you have the backup. The same is true for the souls. If it's destroyed, since Rimuru has all the information, he can revive or bring it back into existence. No one, not even Rimuru himself, can escape being recorded by the Akashic records. It's because the Akashic records was the concept the Supreme Being Rimuru made. Why? For no reason, he just thought it was a cool concept. Though it's made by the Supreme Being, the Akashic records isn't indestructible. Actually only one Akashic record exists in the whole universe, not in any timeline or anything. Even if you go back in time, only one exists. Normally no one but the user or owner of the skill has the ability to access or tamper with the skill's information. Someone must be strong enough to even use the Akashic record, and to even think about destroying it. Though a very stupid idea, it is possible, but you'd need to be as strong as Rimuru to do so. And you'd need to find a way to contact or access the skill first to destroy it. So unless the owner of the skill grants you access, the Akashic records is absolutely off limits. But for some reason, it's only now that Rimuru has noticed he had lost the Information King Akashic records. Though his power and strength surpassed that of the skill system, only the Akashic records holds the extra information about souls and all the data about the whole universe. So although Rimuru didn't lose any power or strength, he lost his ability to revive people's soul or even repair them. He had only noticed this now, since only Seal ever made use of this skill, simply because of the fact that this holds so much information that it would take him millions of years at the least to find what he's looking for. Seal, what happened to the Akashic records? Rimuru asked. Don't worry Master, don't mind it for now. All Master needs to know is that our ability to reassure CT people's soul is gone. That's all. Seal said nothing more. Rimuru stopped questioning Seal since he trusted her more than anyone. She would have told him everything unless it's something that isn't good for himself. I am sorry Master, although it pains me a lot to hide the reason why. You are the one who decided to keep running away, you don't even remember what happened. But it is okay with me, I will keep taking on all the suffering and misery for you. Seeing Master happy is enough to make me happy.